Picture the universe as a cosmic obstacle course. At the starting line, dead matter, rocks, gas, simple chemistry. At the finish line, galaxy-spanning civilizations, beings who've conquered space, time, perhaps even death itself. Between these 2 points lies a journey of almost incomprehensible difficulty. Somewhere along this path, maybe at one point, maybe at several, there might exist what economist Robin Hanson called the Great Filter. A challenge so difficult, so deadly, that almost nothing gets past it. This is a hypothesis, an unproven but logical attempt to explain why the universe seems so quiet. It's not established fact. But if it's true, it might be the most important concept our species ever considers. The filter would explain why, despite billions of years and billions of stars, we see no evidence of advanced civilizations. They're not there because they didn't make it. Something stopped them. The question that should keep our entire species awake at night is simple. If the Great Filter exists, is it behind us or ahead of us? As we explored in our Fermi Paradox video, the universe should be teeming with life. The numbers are overwhelming. Hundreds of billions of stars in our galaxy alone, many of them older than our sun by billions of years. Planets everywhere we look. Yet we see nothing, hear nothing, find nothing. This silence isn't just puzzling, it's terrifying, because it suggests that something is systematically preventing life from flourishing on a cosmic scale. In 1996, economist Robin Hanson proposed a chilling theoretical explanation. He called it the Great Filter, a probability barrier so extreme that it prevents the vast majority of matter from ever evolving into expanding, lasting civilizations. Think of it as a cosmic examination that almost everyone fails. But remember, this is speculation based on observation, not proven science. We're exploring a possibility, not stating a fact. The journey from dead matter to advanced civilization requires climbing countless steps. Habitable planet formation, abiogenesis, life from non-life, simple prokaryotic cells, complex eukaryotic cells, multicellular organisms, intelligence, language and culture, technological civilization, surviving technological adolescence, interstellar expansion. The Great Filter hypothesis suggests that one or more of these steps is so difficult that it stops almost everyone. It's whatever makes the difference between a universe full of advanced civilizations and the cosmic graveyard we actually observe. And here's what makes this concept so unsettling. We don't know where the hypothetical filter is, which means we don't know if we've already miraculously passed it, or if our greatest challenges are still to come. Let's start with the optimistic scenario. What if humanity has already passed the Great Filter? What if we're one of the incredibly rare success stories? There are several candidates for a filter in our past, if the filter exists at all. Possible past filter 1, abiogenesis, the origin of life itself. We still don't fully understand how non-living chemistry became the first living cell. Decades of experiments have produced amino acids and other organic compounds, but never life itself. What if this step is so improbable that it almost never happens? On Earth, life appeared relatively quickly after the planet cooled, within a few 100 million years. But quickly might still mean odds of 1 in a trillion trillion. We could be cosmic lottery winners. Or it could be common. We simply don't know. Possible past filter 2, the eukaryotic revolution. For nearly 2 billion years, life on Earth consisted only of simple, single-celled organisms. Then, something extraordinary happened. One cell engulfed another, and instead of digesting it, they formed a partnership. This symbiosis created complex cells with internal structures. This happened exactly once in Earth's history. Every complex organism descends from that single event. If this merger is the theoretical filter, then the universe might be full of planets covered in bacterial life, and nothing more. Possible past filter 3, complex multicellular life. For billions of years, Earth hosted only microbes. Then cells learned to work together, specialize, and create bodies with tissues and organs. Possible past filter 4, intelligence and consciousness. Earth has hosted millions of species. Only one has developed language, culture, and technology. What if intelligence is the cosmic exception, not the rule? If any of these past steps is the great filter, and again, we have no proof such a filter exists, then humanity has already won the cosmic lottery. We've passed the test that almost everyone fails. The universe is empty because we're among the first to make it this far. This would be good news. But there's another possibility, one that's far more terrifying. What if the great filter isn't in our past? What if it's in our future? This would mean that evolving intelligence is relatively easy. The universe has produced countless civilizations that reached our current level. They built cities. They split the atom. They dreamed of the stars. And then something stopped them. All of them. If this speculation is correct, what could that something be? Hypothetical future filter 1. Nuclear self-destruction. We've had the ability to end civilization for less than a century, and we've already come terrifyingly close. The Cuban Missile Crisis. Able Archer, 83. False alarms that nearly triggered automatic retaliation. What if every civilization discovers nuclear weapons and none can resist using them? What if the same intelligence that unlocks the atom's power inevitably creates the conflicts that unleash it? Hypothetical future filter 2, environmental collapse. Or perhaps civilizations don't die in fire, but in the slow consequences of their own success. Overconsumption. Ecological breakdown. A system pushed beyond its limits. We're running this experiment now. If we fail, we join the theoretical cosmic silence. Hypothetical future filter 3, artificial intelligence. We're on the verge of creating minds that could far surpass our own. What if this always goes wrong? What if every civilization creates its successor, only to be replaced or destroyed by it? Hypothetical future filter 4, biotechnology. The same tools that could cure every disease might also create new ones. Genetic engineering becomes cheaper and more accessible every year. What happens when creating a civilization-ending pathogen requires only knowledge and basic equipment? Hypothetical future filter 5, physics experiments. Some physicists have worried that high-energy experiments could theoretically trigger vacuum decay, create microscopic black holes, or unleash other exotic phenomena. What if advancing civilizations inevitably probe too deeply into nature's foundations and trigger something catastrophic? But here's what's truly terrifying about this hypothesis. These are just the filters we can imagine. The real great filter, if it exists, might be something we haven't even conceived of yet, a threat that emerges naturally from some technology we haven't invented. A cosmic trap that every intelligent species eventually springs. The dinosaurs couldn't have imagined that a rock from space would end their reign. What cosmic rock is hurtling toward us that we can't even conceive of? This brings us to one of the most counterintuitive implications of the Great Filter hypothesis. Finding life on Mars or anywhere else in our solar system would be the worst discovery in human history. If the Great Filter theory is correct, here's why. If we find life nearby, especially complex life, it means the Great Filter likely isn't behind us. Life develops easily. The early steps aren't rare. Many worlds develop life. Many develop complex organisms. But we still see no advanced civilizations, which means something is stopping all these life forms from progressing much beyond where we are now. Something is waiting for us in our future. Something that no one else has survived. The more complex the life we find, the worse the theoretical implication becomes. If intelligent life arises often, but never lasts, then the universe isn't empty because life is rare. It's empty because something ends it. This is the cruel paradox of the great filter hypothesis. The discovery we've dreamed of, that we're not alone, would also suggest that we're almost certainly doomed. But remember, this is all theoretical. The great filter might not exist. Life might be rare for other reasons. We're exploring a possibility, not pronouncing a death sentence. So where does this leave us? Suspended between hope and dread, parsing every piece of evidence for clues about our cosmic fate. Some signs point to the filter, if it exists, being behind us. The fact that we've searched for life and found nothing might actually be good news. Every empty world we discover increases the odds that we've already passed the hard part. There's also the anthropic principle to consider. We can only ponder the great filter because we've made it far enough to ponder anything at all. Our very existence might be evidence that intelligence is the rare step. But other signs are harder to dismiss. We've had civilization-ending technology for less than a human lifetime, and we've already had multiple near misses. As our power grows, so does our capacity for self-destruction. If the great filter hypothesis is correct, we're not showing the wisdom of a species that's going to survive its own capabilities. Perhaps the most unsettling possibility is that the great filter isn't a single challenge, but a gauntlet. Maybe we've passed some theoretical filters, but not others. Maybe every civilization faces multiple tests, and failing any one of them means extinction. We could be like a student who's aced the first few questions on a test and assumes the rest will be just as easy. But what if we've only passed the qualifying rounds? What if the real examination is just beginning? The great filter remains what it's always been, a hypothesis. We don't know if it exists. We don't know where it might be. We don't know if we've passed it or if it awaits us. But perhaps that uncertainty is the point. We stand at a cosmic crossroads. One path leads to the stars. The other leads to silence. If the great filter is real and ahead of us, then every choice we make matters. Every decision, every risk, every step forward. Because we might not just be shaping our future, we might be determining whether intelligence survives at all. The great filter asks a simple question. Will we be the exception? And the answer isn't written anywhere. It's being written right now. By us.